10 things the rich teach their kids about money. Part 1. As we all know, the subject of money isn't taught in schools. Most people learn about the topic of money at home from their parents. But what our parents teach their kids about money is what makes a difference between somebody who will eventually become rich and successful and someone who won't. So today, let's go over the 10 things that the rich teach their kids about money that the poor don't. But before we start, if you like videos about business, money, and psychology, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to not miss any of our value-packed videos. Let's get started. Number 1. Rich parents teach their kids the importance of money. Virtually, all self-made millionaires or anyone who've achieved financial success believes that money is very important and is one of the first things they teach their kids. Rich parents often show how important money is regardless of whether they believe money is important for happiness or not. They know that money is important to have options and a better quality of life, even if they only consider money as a resource and nothing else. Most rich people understand that money gives them freedom, from the ability to choose their location for their next vacation to the freedom to choose where to live and even the ability to help others. They know that they can have a less financially stressful life when they have an abundance of money. The poor, on the other hand, rarely talk about money, and some even say that money is not important. This can affect their kids in the long term because they will grow up in a financially driven society while neglecting their financial life, all because they think of money as not important. Number 2. They teach the difference between assets and liabilities. One of the most important and basic concepts of building financial independence is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. If you haven't heard of these before, assets are things that bring money into your bank account, and liabilities do the opposite. They take money out of your bank account. For example, if you buy a house and rent it out to someone, it is an asset because it brings cash flow every month in rent. If you buy a house to live in, then it's a liability because it takes money out of your pocket every month. Many rich parents teach their kids to build them by assets and avoid liabilities. This way, they can create a business or investments that generate cash flow regularly and avoid the things that generate a negative cash flow on their bank account, so they can have a surplus of money. They also understand the power of using assets to detach your time from your income, since assets generate cash flow. Whether you are physically putting in the work or not, you can scale and use your time to develop more assets. Rich people often focus on understanding and teaching the spending patterns of the poor versus the rich, and why some people earning the same salary end up becoming rich while others stay poor. For example, let's say that we have two people making $6,000 per month, but they have very different spending patterns. The first one gets their paycheck and pay bills and enjoys his money going out shopping and getting the newest phone and the latest TV, indulging in the finest restaurants, getting a new car, a nice house, and all of that nice stuff. They typically spend their money on things that make them look good and wealthy, but they come back home to bills and a lot of debt. They typically have little to no savings and have years of debt on their credit cards, car payments, and mortgage payments. They are stuck in the rat race and they will take years to get out. Now let's see the second person. He also makes $6,000 per month, but this person does not buy a nice house or a nice car. He doesn't go out every weekend, and he doesn't go to fancy restaurants. He occasionally buys clothes when needed, but doesn't follow the fashion trends every season. He lives on a $3,000 a month budget and puts away the other $3,000. By the end of the year, he has $36,000 and puts them into cash flow investments that increase his monthly income. He continues living on his $3,000 a month budget, and by the following year, he's able to invest not $36,000 but $40,000 since he increased his income and has investments that generate cash flow. 10 years later, these two individuals will be in two completely different places, all due to their spending habits. There's a quote from Robert Kiyosaki that says, "Looking good but going nowhere." This means that many people spend their money to look rich while being poor. In the meantime, rich people look poor while getting rich. Now a lot of people might be saying, there are a lot of rich people who have nice things, nice houses, fancy cars, and all of that luxury stuff. And yes, it's true. But the main difference here is that poor people use their own money or go in debt to buy their luxuries. The rich have their assets to buy luxuries for them. If you want a car that costs you $500 per month, well, it's time to build another asset that generates you $500 or more per month. This way, your bank account is unaffected when you buy this liability. That is another crucial element that many rich parents teach their kids. Number 3. How to manage their money. Many wealthy parents teach their kids about money by letting them into their planning and managing of their household expenses. Many of these parents include their kids when they go over their financial statements and plan their budgets. They often familiarize their kids with the reality of having living expenses. This gives their children the experience of managing money from an early age, which can help when they grow older and have to manage their own money. This is a big contrast to many parents with a poor mentality. The majority of parents rarely talk about money, especially their income. They typically plan their monthly budgets with their kids, if they even plan at all, and often associate a negative attitude when planning their monthly expense budget. Oftentimes, parents argue and express negative feelings about planning their monthly budgets, causing their kids to take on similar planning patterns, which translates to similar behaviors later in life. Rich parents know that living expenses are a reality of modern life and focus on associating good emotions with their living expenses. As odd as that might sound, many people are grateful for those living expenses because it provides them with a roof over their heads and the ability to live comfortably. Number 4. The different ways of earning money. One thing I noticed that many wealthy parents teach their kids is the different ways to earn money. Did you know that the daughter of former President Barack Obama had a normal customer service job? Many other wealthy people have their kids get normal jobs. There are a few reasons for this, but one of them is to be able to have them experience the different ways to earn money and teach them how to work. For example, one of them is exchanging time for money, whether that is working on a job or freelancing. The second is to build systems that generate you money or have money work for you, like building a business and leveraging the time of other people as employees, leveraging online systems that provide automation, or using money to buy assets that generate income for you, which is illustrated in the book Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. The rich focus on understanding and teaching these principles to give their kids the freedom to not be stuck and know only one way of making money, but give them the ability to learn the other ways money is made. On the other hand, most poor parents only know one way of making money, typically exchanging time for money. Sadly, this is the only way they teach their kids, and they eventually grow up knowing only this way, which limits their true earning potential. Number 5. Developing productive habits. The rich know that it's not what you do that makes you wealthy, but what you do consistently. If the wealthy parents are self-made, they know that to achieve the financial wealth, they must work and carry out their plans consistently. It's not just about taking action once or working hard once, but doing it over a long time. The best way to do that is by building habits, things that you come to do naturally. So many wealthy parents focus on developing productive habits in their children so they can attract wealth naturally in the future. This can be as simple as starting their day with a set of accomplishments or always looking at how they can bring value to others. Not only that, but many wealthy parents teach their kids how to build their habits. Learning how to build habits is one of the best skills anyone can have. Understanding the psychology behind modifying your habits can be extremely powerful for our child's long-term success. This is just the first part of this video. Make sure to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified once we upload part 2. Thanks for watching.